Coming to you live from downtown Windsor, this is a St. Clair College MediaPlex production.
Good evening, I'm Gracie Lowe's.
And I'm Zachary Ballog.
And you're watching the MediaPlex Insider. Constable Sarah Werstein from Crime Stoppers gives us our weekly Crime Stoppers update.
Windsor Police Service is searching for a suspect responsible for 2 motor vehicle robberies and 2 attempted vehicle robberies that took place over a 24-hour span starting November 4th at 3:30 a.m. Investigators believe that the same male suspect is responsible for all 4 incidents, where the victims were either physically assaulted or sprayed with a noxious substance. He's described as a black male, approximately 30 years old, 5'6" with a heavy build. At the time of the incidents, he wore a green hooded sweatshirt and a black surgical mask. A light gray van, possibly a Dodge Caravan, is believed to have been driven by an accomplice. Currently missing are a red 2017 Honda Civic and a white 2010 Audi. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Major Crimes Unit, or should you wish to remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers at 519-258-8477 or online at catchcrooks.com. I'm Police Coordinator Sarah Werstein.
Now it's time for your update from City Hall, and Joelle Broussard was there to bring you the latest.
Recently, Windsor City Council has approved a new 12-story high-rise apartment building on Riverside Drive with 3 levels of above-ground parking, though some councillors wanted to move the parking below to reduce the building's height. Despite protests from residents about parking and traffic, the council voted 6-4 in favor. Last night, the Development and Heritage Standing Committee met and discussed zoning on several different businesses and structures. Next week, you can expect a regular City Hall meeting here at City Hall on Tuesday, November 14th. For the MediaPlex, I'm Joelle Broussard.
Our very own Haley Goebel gives us a recap of this year's Windsor International Film Festival.
After 11 days of movies, the 2023 Windsor International Film Festival wraps up. Celebrating its 19th year, this has been WIF's largest ever range of films, with more than 300 screenings. The event showcased 186 feature films, 38 short films, 19 local films, and 107 films from world-leading film festivals. This year, WIF also offered the most international movies the event ever has, with 46 countries represented. Overall, 2023 has been a fantastic year for film and the festival. For the MediaPlex, I'm Haley Goebel.
Dale Kabukian sat down with Marguerite Thomas of the Fall Prevention Community of Practice.
November is Fall Prevention Month. According to Public Health Agency of Canada, fall is the #1 cause of injuries for seniors. Today, we are joined with Marguerite Thomas from the Fall Prevention Community of Practice. Hi, Marguerite. Thanks for joining us today.
And thank you for having me, Dale.
All right. Why is it important that we celebrate Fall Prevention Month this November?
This is actually our 9th year of celebrating Fall Prevention Month, and our aim is to raise the awareness of how important it is to avoid falls and fall-related injury, and then also it takes a community to prevent a fall. So we're looking at a broad spectrum of the population who can help to do that. And we'd like to have people join together in activities to help both promote and to encourage people to avoid falls.
Now, is there a theme this year? And if there is, what is it?
Actually, we have a theme this year, which is called Move, Improve, and Remove. The move part of it is exercise, because we all need to exercise, and especially older adults, to maintain strength, flexibility, and good balance. The improve part is to look at the medications, because there are a lot of medications that make a person susceptible to dizziness, dehydration, and more apt to fall. And then the final one, we're so fortunate to have Nancy Edwards, who is our famous guru for home modifications, and she'll talk about, we're doing these in webinars, by the way, Dale, three webinars in November, the 7th, the 16th, and the 28th. And Nancy is the final one, and she'll look at the home modifications because the vast majority of falls do happen in the home and remove. And there are posters that are available on the Fall Prevention Month website. Actually, falls are the leading cause of injury in all age groups. And certainly people over 80, it's not just the fall itself, it's the recovery time for someone over 80 is more difficult than it is in a younger person. But you would be amazed at the middle-aged group people, how high their fall risk is as well. And so we do like to get these messages out, people still in the workplace. It is about their parents, but it's also about them because all age groups fall, children as well, and it is a leading cause of traumatic brain injury also in all age groups.
Thank you, Marguerite. Well, we've just spent 3 minutes with Marguerite Thomas from the Fall Prevention Community of Practice.
St. Clair College is now offering students new mental health support services. Saloni Chauhan has the story.
St. Clair College, in collaboration with Canadian Mental Health Association, is offering free and confidential mental health counseling services. These services are available at all campuses and they are ready to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. Whether you are feeling overwhelmed, dealing with problems that seem impossible, or just need someone to talk to in safe and understanding environment, St. Clair College is here to help. Your sessions are completely confidential, meaning your information will never be shared. It's a safe space where you can open up without any fear.
At St. Clair College, at all 3 campuses, we offer student services available to all students. And at student services, we have college counselors available who support students with personal and mental health counseling, academic counseling, accessibility supports, and we also provide career planning.
This counseling service can assist with a wide range of issues, including feeling of anxiety and stress, feeling of depression, sadness and loneliness, substance use, coping with loss and grief, low energy and motivation, and many more. You can contact the St. Clair College counseling team in Windsor at studentservice@stclaircollege.ca, or you can call them 519-972-2727. For MediaPlex, I am Saloni Chauhan.
You know what would do wonders for my mental health?
What?
More therapy dogs. We need more therapy dogs. The St. Clair Saints women's volleyball team was in action this Sunday at the Sportsplex, and Jessie LaRouche has the details.
The drums were banging and the crowd was in full force this weekend at the Sportsplex. Coming off a tough loss to Humber Saturday, the Saints took on Sheridan in hopes to get back in the win column. And that they did. After a slow start losing the first set, the Saints made adjustments and went on to win 3 sets in a row to take the win.
Well, they had a good block up on our left side, so we were trying to spread it out and hit around that. I don't know. We worked around their big block, and we were using that.
The win puts them at 4-1 on the year, and even though the Saints are looking good, Coach Julianne Millen believes there's still work to be done.
Strong. I always see things that we need to get better at, but that's part of the season right now is just getting better at those little things, and getting the wins like that are good, but we got to get wins on the road too.
St. Clair's next game won't be taking place here in Windsor, rather in London, where they'll be taking on Fanshawe in a much-anticipated rivalry matchup. For MediaPlex News, I'm Jessie LaRouche.
Earlier today, Zach caught up with the MediaPlex's own Veronique Mandel to discuss her new book, Peacocks and Thorns.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm standing here with the author of Peacocks and Thorns, Veronique Mandel. Thank you so much for joining me.
It's my pleasure, Zach. I really appreciate your taking time to actually talk about what I think is a very important book.
So what inspired you to write this book?
Well, I've been involved with hospice one way or another, either, as a volunteer or in my health reporting days. And the executive directors of hospice had wanted a book published or a book written about the history of hospice for quite some time. And Dr. Hakim Abuzera was really determined to get this book written. And so I was fortunate that they asked me to do this at a time when I could actually free up some time to do it.
Why do you feel it was important to tell the stories in this book?
I think, unlike many hospices, the Hospice of Windsor and Essex County was actually started, funded, and developed by the people of Windsor and Essex County. It was a grassroots organization, and at a time when governments weren't really funding hospices and hospices weren't really well known, the hospice here was developed and thrived, and it only did that because of extraordinary involvement by the people of the community. And I think that sets this hospice apart from almost any in the country.
How big of an impact has hospice had, in your opinion?
Well, you know, when you think about the fact that we have looked after tens of thousands of patients, and you extrapolate that to family members, I think you begin to see, what an impact it would have. Because remember, hospice is about supporting patients and families long before the person is in the last, few weeks or months of life. Hospice has programs that actually bring people in as soon as they've been diagnosed with a life-altering illness. And so I think there's a long period of involvement that hospice has with patients and families.
Where can people buy the book?
On Amazon for sure, and very shortly it'll be available in most local bookstores and of course at hospice.
What is one thing from this book you want the reader to take away?
I think there are a couple of things, if you don't mind. The history of hospice, but I co-wrote this book with Dr. Jim Gall, and Dr. Gall wrote incredibly touching, moving vignettes of stories about the people he looked after in their homes and the families. And I think what this book does is it shows you at the beginning all of the things that hospice does, all the love and care, and it's epitomized in Dr. Gall's stories, because everything he talks about in those stories is what is sort of done at hospice and how everyone is helped.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me this evening. Veronique Mandel, you can find the book Peacocks and Thorns on Amazon and wherever books are sold. Thank you so much, Vero.
My pleasure. Thank you, Zach.
Well, Gracie, I see you have a story about a mom market. What's a mom market?
Well, Zach, a mom market is a market with a little something for everyone, even you. On Saturday, November 4th, the Windsor Essex community joined together for a fun night market and networking event at the Folger Furlan. Put together by the Mom Market Collective Inc. Windsor's division, and in collaboration with the YQG Mama, this fun-filled event took place from 4 to 9 p.m. With free admission and no ticket required to attend the event, they saw a huge turnout of mothers, families, and people in the community. The evening started with a night market that included vendors like Spicy Cat Vintage and More, Clarity Crystal Chains, Ivy and Rose, and Handmade with Love. Stephanie Dury, the creator of Handmade with Love Windsor, said that events like the Mom Market are one of the best ways to help local businesses.
And it's just a great opportunity for small businesses like my own to network and be out there in the community, share our business story, and just get to really network with all different types of people.
Later in the evening, the event welcomed their speakers for the Small Business Tips and Tricks panel, which included local owners. Deanna Santos, who is the market director for the Mom Market Windsor, said the goal of the event was to support small businesses and expand their audience to everyone in the community.
That's the confusing part. It's not just for moms. We welcome everyone. We support all local businesses. We always have a variety of vendors. So yeah, it's just run by moms, but everyone is welcome. Yeah.
To find out more about the Mom Market Collective and how they give back to the community, as well as their future events, you can follow them on Instagram at @themommarket_Windsor. For the MediaPlex, I'm Gracie Lowe's.
If you've ever ridden a bus downtown, then you won't be surprised at this story. Here's Zach with more.
Full, full, and full. It seems like no matter what route you take, buses seem to be busier than normal. According to the City of Windsor, Transit Windsor ridership rose 118%. This puts it at a pace to reach 9.8 million trips. Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkin spoke to John Fairley about the issue on a recent episode of Face to Face.
Certainly post-secondary students lead to more stress in the system, and so it's really important that the city knows well in advance what kind of numbers are coming here of international students who are most likely to use that service.
Because the buses are so packed, they have often been bypassing passengers, rendering them late to either work or school. And this has been an issue that's been going on for years. Michael Renone is a longtime Transit Windsor rider, and he has some ideas on what could alleviate the issue.
Change some routes, add more buses on the major, especially college and university routes. I mean, it can get pretty bad.
Transit Windsor has implemented a master plan which provides 18,000 new service hours and the introduction of 9 new routes that will provide more services to more places more often. For the MediaPlex, I'm Zachary Ballog. Enactus is a student club here at St. Clair, and here is public relations student Crystal Bryan to tell us more.
Are you a student or a company looking to make a difference in the world? Look no further. Enactus is here to empower you to create positive social and environmental impact with a network of passionate leaders dedicated to using business as a catalyst for change.
I am Owen Carrier, and I'm a part of the 3-year program of robotics at St. Clair College. And I joined Enactus because I wanted to take my ideas to create change. And Enactus gave me the tools and the platform to make that change a reality.
Enactus provides a unique platform where students like you can take their innovative ideas and create real impact.
My name is Alan Devine, and I am the Chief Dreamer at TELUS. The Enactus St. Clair team provided our organization with the opportunity to listen to the challenges faced by young people today and to create innovative solutions to reduce mental health stresses. TELUS was excited to provide robotic technology and industry support to these young people as they continue to build their project.
For participating companies, Enactus offers a way to align your brand with purpose and tap into the creativity and passion of the brightest young minds. From empowering underserved communities through entrepreneurship to promoting sustainability and environmental conservation, Enactus projects are changing lives.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Enactus, building a better world through the power of business. I'm Crystal Bryan for the MediaPlex.
Well, Zach, it is getting cooler outside and feeling a bit more like winter. What does the forecast have in store for us?
Well, Gracie, I think winter is a bit of a harsh term, especially for this week. Let's take a look at that 3-day forecast. Wednesday, we have a chance of showers and a high of 10. Thursday, a chance of showers and 11. And Friday, sunny but cooler with a high of 8. And looking ahead, single-digit temperatures from Saturday until Monday. But hey, it could be worse. It could be snowing.
If you're looking for all things entertainment, well, Zach and Riley have you covered. Here's ZNR Entertainment.
Hi, I'm Zach.
And I'm Riley.
And we'd like to welcome you to our segment, ZNR Entertainment,
where we'll be talking all the latest in TV, movies, music, celebrities, and more.
So stick around to see what's in store for this week. Good evening. I'm here with Idris Ascour, and he is a creative filmmaker and editor and assistant director. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you for having me, Zach.
So I got to ask, how did you get into this field?
Well, it all started with the first shot of The Godfather when I was 8 years old. The first scene of I Believe in America made me to actually believe that I can be a filmmaker. It started when I did my degree in Cyprus, and I did the bachelor's. As soon as I came back home in Morocco, I started looking for a job in the field, and I started as a PA, which is a production assistant.
So what was that like, to be a production assistant?
I was thrown in a big field where I did not know what I was doing, honestly, because the great deal of stuff that we go through school and universities are unlike the ones that happen on set or in the industry. So I was a fresh person with fresh ideas, but then I had to learn everything, know everyone's department, know everyone's job on set.
Wow, so you, obviously, like I said before, you're an editor. What is that process like to edit a film?
To edit a film is to be part of the story, is to take all of the shots and try to make a sense out of them. To edit a film is to be careful of what you're presenting to the audience, whether it's a flow, whether it's emotion, whether it's an eye trace in the image. So to be an editor is to be a very careful person around your stills.
So be honest, is it the most wonderful part about being part of a film to edit?
It is, especially when you know that you could manipulate the film however you want. You can even film something intended to be romantic, but then in the editing room, it could become dramatic. It could be scary. So it is fun to play with those things.
What advice do you have for students who are going into this field or who want to?
Watch more films. That's as simple as it is. Watch more films, because at the end of the day, it's all about the film language, and acquiring any language takes a great deal of practicing. So practice and watch more films as much as you can.
Well, thank you. My thanks to Idris Escour for joining me on this edition of ZNR Entertainment. I'm Zach, and I put the Z in ZNR Entertainment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up now is another installment of Talking Pictures. Here's Luke and Dylan and Blake.
Who's Luke?
Zach, let's watch.
Maybe it's one, and they just do it in post.
We'll never know.
Mr. Ford, you made a picture called Three Bad Men, which is a large-scale Western, and you had a quite elaborate land rush in it. How did you shoot that?
With a camera.
All right, welcome back to Talking Pictures. Today, we got two oddball shots for you. We got How Green Was My Valley, and we got Dumb and Dumber on the other side.
A little uncanny this time. We haven't really talked about a comedy on this show, but, well, we're feeling a little festive, so that's what we're gonna do. We got Mr. Griffith and we got Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber, specifically those two. But the shot composition stays pretty similar between the two. When the camera pans up at Lloyd or when the camera pans up at Mr. Griffith, you can tell that everything on their face is being shown. They are devastated for what that lady is doing to them. Loneliness is the apex of these shots. And it is played for laughs in Dumb and Dumber. We know that, but it also is played in a way where like you can see the devastation, and then his brain starts to go, oh, revenge. Oh, let's get back at him, because I mean that's what best friends are for, right? But then we got How Green Was My Valley, which is a devastating shot of Mr. Griffith looking at what he just can't have. He can only have the Morgan family when they're at their most vulnerable, as if Maureen O'Hara's character is the apex of the Morgan family's stature, and Hugh is the only salvation that Mr. Griffith can turn to, and that's why those two characters relate so well together. With the vulnerability being shown both between Mr. Griffith and Hugh, that is how they are able to come together, because that kind of vulnerability is only able to be channeled through those two characters, whereas he is left on the outside by the rest of the family as this Catholic man that can't just
include himself into the Morgan family life, the Miner family life, the coal miner family life, if you will. Whereas Dumb and Dumber, it's not as complicated. It's really more about my girl and revenge. And if you've seen Dumb and Dumber, you know that Harry gets what was coming to him. Though he definitely didn't see it coming, that's for sure. Yeah. All right, those were the two talking pictures we compared. How Green Was My Valley by John Ford and Jim Carrey's breakthrough role in Dumb and Dumber. I'm Dylan Muskowski. And I'm Blake Muskowski. Keep staying tuned. We got a lot of talking pictures to talk about.
We already got the tuxes.
Wonder what we do here? Let's take a look at the MediaPlex from the people who study and work here.
Journalism enables people to be well informed. It's documenting history. It's an extraordinary way for people to be connected with their community.
What happens in the world affects us. What happens in our community affects us. What happens in the province affects us. And we get to be the eyes and ears and tell the stories.
Meeting new people, I'm learning about things that interest me.
Convergence means the merging together of print, radio, and television, and the web, and putting all different stories into 3 or 4 different platforms.
In 21st century newsrooms, journalists have to be able to do it all.
We ask every one of our reporters to tell stories in multiple ways.
There's a different style of writing for print than there is for radio, than there is for television. And it's really important that the information gets out that is true to those platforms.
We are one of the few, if not the only, program that is actually taking students to a live broadcast and giving them that opportunity and that experience.
I find that the students that come out of St. Clair College are already at or above where some of our broadcast employees have been.
I made the greatest decision I could 2 years ago by choosing this program because I have learned so much.
I would hands down recommend the program to someone considering it.
Based on literally hundreds of interns I've seen over the years, St. Clair students are better prepared.
I think it's that very comprehensive curriculum that we have that creates converged journalists that sets this journalism school apart.
So if you like what we do here and would maybe like to do this one day, join us at our open house Saturday, November 18th from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. at the main campus. See you there.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gracie Lowe's.
And I'm Zachary Ballog.
And you've been watching
the MediaPlex Insider.
This has been a St. Clair College MediaPlex production.